Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Hi, Iris. Can you hear me?
Hi. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Lynn.
I'm going to be eating my soup, so I might turn off my.
Now you can hear me. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi there.
You're welcome to turn on your camera if you want, or leave it off if you want. It's up to you.
Okay. I've had a long day.
So does that mean you don't have your makeup on?
Right. I don't. My hair is a mess.
You've been out digging in the dirt?
No, not quite that bad.
Well, you spend a lot of time gardening, right?
Yeah. Actually, I was in the house and out today, in and out.
Okay. Well, you folks are jumping on a few minutes early. So we got about 4 minutes, 3 minutes till the top of the hour. Iris is making me jealous. She's got dinner.
I do. Bean soup. Ooh.
Bean soup?
Cajun bean
Ooh,
soup.
Cajun bean soup. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
It remind me, actually have a ham hock in the freezer and a bag of beans up there. I should do something with them.
Yeah, that sounds good. Throw in some onion, you're good.
Yeah, I throw them in the crock pot. Victoria, hi. You can unmute if you want, Victoria. Say hi. You can also turn on your camera if you want. I brought everybody in with camera off so that you have the choice of turning your camera.
I'm on a desktop that doesn't have a camera, so it's easier for me to see everyone because it's on a bigger monitor than when I use my laptop.
Right. Okay.
So hi.
Hi. We'll start in a couple of minutes. I know there's a couple more people coming, and we're not going to be here very long tonight. I know it's Friday night. As you know, I had originally intended to do this last night, but we had a conflict.
Yeah, I was there. I said
right.
Hi.
Right. Well, Iris brought to my attention that Tommy was doing a webinar at the same time that I was planning to do this. So I decided to bow to Tommy and let them have that time.
There you go.
Yeah. Hi, Judy. Go ahead, Victoria. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I just didn't know we were in the same group, bigger group. So that's very cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm a couple layers down. I'm Tommy, then on the way down to Mike Healy, and then down to Terry and Felicia.
Very cool.
Hi, Judy.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Obviously, yeah, I can hear you. You can turn on your camera if you want, or leave it off. Your choice.
Oh,
I remember. So you're on your computer at home, right?
yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anyone else coming. 1 minute to go. At 1 minute, I'm going to start right on time. So I know you were heading off to visit somebody in the hospital, Judy, or?
She's been, the lady that broke her hip has been moved to rehab.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to Ruidoso for a week to put in a whole new sewer line, so I won't see her for a week, so I want to make it today.
Oh, that sewer isn't done yet?
No.
I thought you got that done last week.
I was supposed to, but it didn't happen. And it was a good thing because I had company from Omaha.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well, let's jump in and get started, okay? I'm gonna start a recording. So we are recording, we will be recording as soon as I find the button. There it is. We are, oh, it wants to know if I want to stop the recording. No, I don't want to stop it. I didn't know that we've been recording the whole time. Oop, I must have set it up to automatically start the recording. Hello, Tim.
Hello, aloha.
All right.
You're coming to us from Hawaii today, huh?
What's that?
You're coming to us from the islands today, I see. Your head is on a beach.
I'm in the Caribbean, somewhere
Okay.
in the Caribbean.
Is it supposed to cut your body off like that when you do those backgrounds?
No, it's not. I've been sort of struggling with getting the backgrounds to work properly.
Yeah.
So I've been experimenting with different backgrounds. But
Well, with it we're just showing you as a floating head, you should get a background of the Wizard of Oz, and you could be the Mighty Oz.
it does cut this shirt off, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
it's invisible. I can see the outline.
yeah, I see your shirt. Yeah.
This is my new,
Now it's not as good.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyhow,
we got new people in here, huh?
yep. Okay. Well, this is about social media. Okay, so the background, as most of you know, I think, is that I spent 3 days last weekend in a workshop, and I've taken several courses recently too, not just a workshop, but I've taken several courses. And I want to bring you up to date on a few things that are going on in social media and Facebook and how to use them. And then at the end, I'm going to put together a little program, which I'll tell you about at the end. Don't sit there worrying about, oh my God, this is a sales webinar, how much is it going to cost? The program I'm going to offer you at the end of this costs a whole total of $1, and a couple of you already have it anyhow. Judy, you've already got it, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So let's get started. Let's talk about social media for just a moment. In the good old days, before internet, before Facebook, before all this stuff that's going on, people used to do our businesses belly to belly, and there wasn't any other way to do it. And in the belly to belly world, basically people were taught to go cold market. After you've exhausted your friends and worn them out, so they didn't ever want to talk to you again, then it was go cold market. It was hang up bandit sides, go to the mall, go to the coffee shop, walk up to people on the street, ask them if they might be interested in making some extra money. Robert, good evening. I'm gonna mute you, Robert. There's some noise coming in. You got some background noise there. Okay. In these days of social media and Facebook, that strategy simply doesn't work. Yet many people within the home-based business, network marketing, multi-level marketing arena are still teaching the old go for no method. The go for no basically came out of the insurance industry. So there was I think it actually started with Art Williams, but I'm not sure of that. Don't quote me. But there were some insurance people that weren't doing very well, and what they were told to do was to go door to door, knock on the door, and when someone opened the door, assuming somebody opened the door, they were asking one question, and it was a takeaway question. You're not interested in life insurance today, are you? The obvious thing is that most people said no. Interestingly enough, about 1 out of 10 said yes. We are. We were just talking about last night. What do you got? Let's talk about it. And the insurance agents that did that strategy actually ended up improving their sales. And that's sort of the background of go for no. And there's a couple books written on go for no. And for those of us, if you don't mind cold calling and dialing 100 people a day, getting phone numbers and dialing 100 people a day, you can make that strategy work. But it doesn't work very well on Facebook, Twitter, and other places. And we're going to talk about what does work and how to implement it. The first thing we're going to start with is talking about how to identify your ideal audience or your ideal customer. If you want to use Facebook, for example, and we're gonna mostly be using Facebook, you know, almost 30% of the world's population is on Facebook, and so we're gonna do a lot of Facebook. But one of the first things we want to do is identify who your ideal customer is. Now, I'm going to give you a very short summary of the one-line method, but we want to identify who your ideal customer is. So, for example, I'm a scuba diver. I relate very well to scuba divers. So I might want to go join a scuba diving group on Facebook and go make some friends in a scuba diving book. And you'll see a scuba diving group. And you'll see as we move through the next 20 or 30 minutes how this all comes together. Okay. So the first question is, who's your ideal customer? TJ, your ideal customer might be somebody who's into martial arts, as we've talked about. Cynthia, you love essential oils, so you probably belong to some essential oil groups. I don't know what you've been doing these days. You also love gardening. Iris, I don't know about you, and it's okay. We don't have to pick on you or anybody else. I'm just giving you some ideas. So the first thing you want to do is identify who your ideal customer is and what their major umbrella overarching problem is. So as an example, as people age, they begin to fear loss of health and dread ending up in a rest home. This is actually my one-liner, and we'll see how this fits together, and we'll see what we're going to do with it. As people age, they begin to fear loss of health and dread ending up in a rest home. Now, we're not going to work with each of you individually tonight on your one-liners, but in the future we could, okay? We'll come back to that. So, first question is, who is your ideal customer and what problem do they have? The next question is, what do you offer them? And it's very important. The answer to this question is not your product. It's not, well, I offer a cream, a lotion, a shake, or this or that. It comes from the Amazon and the blah, blah. No. What you offer is a program, a solution, a step-by-step method, a support group. Maybe it's a CD or a DVD or a book or something. You offer something that they can wrap their mind around. So for example, in my case, I have a step-by-step system that helps people. So again, we're taking a process that normally is taught over a period of at least a full webinar and breaking it down into just a couple or 3 minutes. And the third step in the process is, what's the benefit of the benefit? And remember, if somebody goes to the hardware store to buy a drill, they don't really want a drill. They want a hole in their wall. They want to hang a picture. They want to do something. So in my case, the benefit is I have a system that helps people to live a full, active, healthy life. And put all this together. As people age, they begin to fear loss of health and dread ending up in a rest home. I have a system, a step-by-step system that helps people to live a full, active, healthy life. Now, why do you want to think about this? There are several reasons. As we plow into social media, we have to figure out who we're looking for. If people have told you to just go out to the network marketing groups or the MLM groups or the spam groups, or in the case of iBoomerang, go into travel groups, they're probably leading you down a primrose path that isn't going to go anywhere. And why is that? Because in the groups that are called spam groups, and I'm going to assume you all know what I'm talking about, in the groups that are called spam groups, you will go into those groups and you will see all these people posting their link. Buy my deal, special today. I made $10,000 this month. You can too. I'll show you how. Problem is, no one's listening. Everyone's posting. No one's listening. No one goes into those groups to buy something. If you wanted to find a company to work with, you wouldn't go into the spam groups to look for your next company. That's not what you're there for. You're there to post your link and hope somebody jumps on it. Pretty much doesn't work. Your goal of having your one-liner is to be able to answer succinctly the simple question, what do you do? Iris, what do you do? And be able to answer, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Iris, be able to answer the question in a single short sentence. It used to be called your elevator pitch. So the goal of your single short sentence is to get people to say, wow, how do you do that? And now the door's been opened. At least it's been cracked. Okay? So I wanted to, for some of you, I emailed out a sheet that was passed out in the webinar, in the workshop last week. That was the first thing we did in the workshop, and that was work on these one-liners. So once again, what we're aiming for is to identify who your ideal client is, who your ideal customer is. And then we're going to figure out how to go find that ideal client or customer and attract them to us. It's called attraction marketing. It's the basis of Stacy, if you know who she is, Stacy Hall's Go for Yes program. And if you don't, I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. So, step one, figure out who your ideal customer is so that we can figure out where to find them on Facebook. And I promise you this, no matter who your ideal customer is, there's a group on Facebook that they're in. There's probably a lot of groups that they're in, and you can go find them. Okay? So now let's seemingly change the subject, and let's talk about doing business on Facebook. Now we're going to go out to Facebook Live in just a couple of minutes. By the way, I am recording, so those of you, you don't have to sit here and furiously take notes. I will post the recording for you. But, okay, over the years, we've been told over and over and over again, don't do business on your personal timeline. Use a business page, use a profile page. Business page and profile page, for my purposes, the names are used interchangeably. I may call it a business page, I'm sorry, a business page or a fan page. Forgive me, let me back up. Let me correct that. Your personal timeline, your personal page is just that, it's your personal page. It's where you post your things about what you're doing. We've been told over the years not to do business on our personal page, to use a business page or a fan page. And I use the words business page or fan page interchangeably. I'll try to stick to business page tonight. However, there's a problem. Facebook has gradually moved the business page to the category of they don't show it to anybody unless you're paying for it. Remember that Facebook is a publicly held company whose primary fiduciary responsibility is to generate a profit for its shareholders. And the way it does that is that its advertising platform, quite honestly, probably the best advertising platform on planet Earth. But you got to pay to play. And they've gradually moved the business pages into the pay to play category. So if you're posting on a business page, no one is seeing that post unless you are paying to boost it or to run an ad to it. Now, we're not going to teach Facebook advertising. Most people get into the businesses we're in because they don't have a lot of extra money. They can't afford $500 a month to run ads on Facebook. And it is recommended by the people that do advertising that you spend at least that amount of money. If you can't spend $500 a month, you're probably not making a lot of progress. What did you say, TJ? You could unmute and butt in here anytime you want, buddy. You'll have to unmute. You're muted, Tim. Your lips are moving. There you go.
I said that usually they talk about it's between $500 and $1,000 a month to make Facebook ads get you any traction.
Yeah. So sort of a minimum of $500 a month. And to really get traction, But most people can't afford that. And even if they can, Facebook advertising has a very steep learning curve. There's a lot to learn. If you can't write a post on your personal profile page and attract people to it, you're not going to write a post in an ad and attract people to it. You have to learn to do the fundamentals first. So we're going to go back to the personal page. Then you're going to say, but they told us we're not supposed to do business on our personal page. That's right. You're not allowed to do business on your personal page. But I want to grow my business. How am I going to grow my business if I have to use my personal page, but I'm not allowed to do business on my personal page? Okay. I'm going to stop the screen share for a moment. Hi, Diane. Hi, Linda.
Hello.
Hi, Nancy. So, let's go to a party. All right? Who likes parties? Everybody like parties? Good. So you've been invited to a party at a friend's house and you're going to go to the party. Now, would you walk in the front door of the party holding up a banner that says, "Hi, this is my product. It's on sale this week. Buy now. One, get two for the price of one. Talk to me, send me, go here, go to this." No. First off, the host of the party would probably walk you right out the front door. They're not going to let you do that. So what would you do if you walked into a party? And what I'm telling you is that you want to treat Facebook like a party. What would you do if you walk into a party in a friend's house? Well, I'm going to argue that step one is probably go up to the friend and say, "Hi, I'm here. Thanks for inviting me." Step two is going to be look around and see if there's any other friends, people you know at the party, and go say hi to them. Step three might be to look for people you don't know at the party. And if you see somebody that you like, want to meet, you might walk up and say, "Hi, my name's Len. Do you live around here? What's your name?" Oh, hi, Nancy. Hey, do you live around here? Wow, I've never seen you before. Do you have kids? Okay, I'm going to start a conversation with you. We're going to get to know each other a little bit. Now, I'll give you an example of how not to do this, okay? On my messenger a couple days ago, I got a message out of a clear blue sky from somebody who I don't have any idea who they are. And the message said, "Hi, we're in this group together. And I'm just wondering, have you ever considered a home-based business or working from home? I have a great deal for you. You should check it out." Well, first off, it is clear that that person didn't spend 1 second to look at my timeline. Because if you look at my timeline, I don't think you could miss that I'm in home-based business. It's hard to miss. Now, I don't tell you what business I'm in, and there's a reason for that. So this person didn't spend any time at all to get to know me and see what my interests might be. She just sent me this thing out of the blue. By the way, I invited her to come join us tonight and she's not here. So I guess she doesn't want to learn, or maybe she's busy. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But that strategy simply doesn't work. And it's becoming increasingly not working. People are they just shut that off. They block you. They, if they don't write something rude back to you, they just block you or ignore you completely. It doesn't work. So what we want to do, let's go backwards. What we want to do is identify who our ideal audience, our ideal customer is. And notice I'm very carefully using the word ideal customer, ideal audience. I'm not using the word target market, target audience, because that sounds like we're on the hunt. And when we're on the hunt, we have trouble. It's like a guy at a party. If he's on the hunt, most girls are going to smell that and reject him, right? Okay? You can't be on the hunt. and expect to make friends with people and get to know them and get to talking about them. Hi, Karen. So let's go back to the screen share. Facebook is our party. We've joined a few groups where our ideal customers are hanging out, whether it's a karate group or a scuba diving group or a gardening group or whatever kind of group. And now we're beginning to make friends in that group. We're beginning to talk to people. And you might say, well, wait a minute, my group rules say that I'm not allowed to talk about business in the group. We don't want you to talk about business in the group. Remember our party. We're not going to talk about business. When we walk up to this person in the party that we haven't met and we say hi to them, we're not going to say, hi, do you want to buy my deal? No. We're going to say, hi, my name's Len. What's yours? Where do you live? We're going to start to have a conversation. And if the conversation gets awkward and we're not connecting, then we're just going to walk away from it. It's, you know, there are a few billion people on the planet. We don't have to, not everyone is going to connect with us. We're going to find the ones we do connect with. And once we find someone to connect with, we might say something, you know, I have something that you might be interested in. Can I give you a call next week? Or can we go outside? Or can we, you're going to take them out of the party and invite them to go have a chat offline or do something different. Now, some groups have rules that you're not allowed to go into the group and invite. There's nothing wrong with sending a friend request to somebody. They never even know where it came from. But we're not going to spend time today talking about how to mine the groups, because there's a lot, that's a whole topic all in itself. So here are the things that are important. For free leads, you have to work from your profile page. You must. You cannot use a business page. If you're posting on a business page, nobody's seeing it unless you're paying to boost it. So Facebook has changed the rules. And we're going to talk about privacy. We're going to talk about your follow button, and we're going to talk about a few other things. So and we're going to talk about your profile picture and your cover photo. So let's go out to Facebook once again. Get rid of this. And we're at Facebook. And I'm going to get this up out of the way. So Facebook. Now I'm going to use my personal profile as an example here. Can everybody see my profile?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to use mine as an example. Cover photo, profile picture. A frontal shot of you smiling. Now remember, the reason we're doing this is we're going to go meet people in these groups and we're going to invite them to come check us out. And when they come check us out, we want to present something to them that's going to attract them to us. We have to build the know, like, and trust factor before we can turn them into a customer. So who are you? They're going to come check you out. You want a nice picture here, frontal picture of you, preferably smiling. Not your cat, not your dog, not your kids, not your husband or your wife, you. Well, what about me and my hubby? Can I have the picture of both of us? Only if you and your hubby are working together as a team and are advertising or talking to people as a team. If it's you, then no, you want a picture of you. Now, that doesn't mean you don't love your husband. It means you're creating a canvas here where people can come and find out who you are because they're going to do business with you. Now, your cover photo can have a picture of your family if family is important to you. And I'm going to go, for example, to Erin Birch. And you're going to hear, if you don't know who Erin Birch is, you're going to hear her name more than once tonight. But Erin teaches a lot of this stuff and is extraordinarily good at it. She's very, very, very good. But, okay, Facebook. Okay, here's Erin Birch's personal profile. Picture of Erin. Now, Erin is a single lady right now, so she doesn't have a family. But her cover photo, she is very outdoors oriented. She belongs to hiking groups and etc. And she loves to travel. So her background photo reflects her lifestyle. This is what she wants people to know about her. Okay? If we went and looked at some other cover photos, like if we went to Ray Higdon, we'd probably, just out of curiosity, do you know who Ray Higdon is? Anybody? Nobody?
Yes.
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 I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet that Ray got his family on his cover photo. Well, no, that's right. He's got a thing going live this week. Rank Makers is doing a virtual event this week. So this is what he wants you to know about him this week. But that's okay. You can change your cover photo up. What you want your cover photo to do is, and I'm going to go back to me right now, is you want it to be attractive. I think I'm going to go back to me. I've lost me. Oh well, we'll find me again. You want your cover photo to attract people and to reflect your lifestyle. Now notice in all three of these that I put up, there is no mention, there's no pictures of products. There's no mention of your company. Your company name is not here. Does everybody understand why you do not want your company name or your products on your timeline?
I know.
Yes.
Somebody, go ahead. TJ, you yelled up first.
Because then they'll just Google it and get their own information on it and join under somebody else, or just first thing they'll find on Google is the negative reviews, and they'll think it's a scam and they'll just never talk to you again.
That's absolutely 100% correct. If you go to any of the leading network marketers, you will not be able to tell from their timeline what company they're with. If they're even with a company, you won't be able to tell. And what TJ said is exactly the reason why. Now, wait a minute, you say, wait a minute. My upline tells me to post about our products and services all over the place. Your upline, first off, a lot of us have uplines. A lot of people come into network marketing and are sponsored by somebody who has zero experience, zero, and doesn't know what to do. Secondly, a lot of uplines teach you to market the company. They want you to put up pictures of the product and the name of the company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They are marketing the company. They're hiring you to be marketers for the company. If anything happens to that company, if it goes out of business, if it changes comp plans, if anything happens, you're screwed. You're screwed. You have to market you. That's what you want to be doing. So, first step is, this is about you. I happen to love the outdoors. I was speaking on stage. I've been to the tropics. I'm a scuba diver. I'm a skier, etc. And I do change my cover photo out once in a while. So these are the two things you want: the picture of you and a picture that represents what's important to you in life. This could be your family, could be friends, it could be your taekwondo or your chickens or whatever. Okay? Next, underneath, you have this little bit of text here. And what you want to do with this text, one of the things you can do with it, one thing, is that you can take that one-liner that we wrote a few moments ago and condense it enough to fit into this little text field. What do you do for people? Now, I have it slightly turned around here, so this is more of a statement of what I do for me than what I do for other people, but it's not the name of my company, it's not my products, once again. If we go back to Aaron Birch's page, Aaron, why did I put you away? I wish I hadn't. come on, why is it doing that? Oh, because I'm typing in the wrong place, that's why. You know, I did take typing in high school, but it was really more, I was much more interested in the girls than I was in the typewriter. So consequently, I've never learned to type. Now, if you look at Erin Birch's, you'll see that she actually has a URL here. It's a clickable link. And she tells you what she is. She's a biz coach, mentor, traveler, posts that make you money, and you've got a free gift. Now, this link does not go, underscore not go to her replicated website. There is no place on her timeline where you will find a link to her replicated website. Why? Once again, the same reason. You want people to ask you what you do. You don't want people going out to your website, your company website, and then forgetting how they even got there, forgetting who you are, Googling it, finding out negative reviews. You want to be in the loop. You want to talk to them. It's that simple. Okay? So, let me come back. Anybody have any questions? If you do, just jump in here. So, picture of you, picture of your lifestyle, a short one-liner about what's important. If you put a link in here, which you can, not to your replicated website, if you have a coaching program or something, or if there's something, and this is something we can get into detail in, but we won't have time tonight. If there's something that you want to market, we can talk about that, but this is what you want here. Now,
I have a question.
yes, Cyrus.
Okay, so with that link, I don't know if we're all in iBoom, but could we put a link to, say, a group boom?
Like to one of the ATM groups?
No.
No, I think she was
No.
asking about a group code somehow.
Yeah, group code. You know, like we try to get customers, we say, hey, can I send you a code? Could that be there or no?
Personal opinion is you'd be wasting some very valuable real estate because people they're not going to use it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's a personal opinion.
Okay.
But,
Makes
I mean,
sense.
what you want is, I mean, and now, and no, we're not all in iBoom, but many of us are. And now as the company is growing and expanding and has several different verticals, I mean, what link would you put there? Would you put it to the IGO site or put it to the Build Genius or put it to Zens? Or I mean, they're all different right now.
Yeah, okay.
So what you really want is you want to get to a point where people say, well, what is exactly you do, Iris? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you.
Okay, thanks.
Now, this section, it's very important that you fill out this section as much as you possibly can. Now, here's where you can have, if you do have a business page, here's where you can put your business page in. Now, once again, we're not posting on our business page, but we can have our business page. We can tell people we're self-employed if we are, and if we're not, we can tell them what we do, or et cetera. Tell them where we live, where we're from. How many people followed. Now, the number of people following you is in addition to the friends. If you looked at friends, I've got 3,375 friends, but there's also 1,280 people following me. Those two numbers add together to get the total following. So that's pretty interesting to know. Then I have a Twitter page. I actually have two Twitters, but I only have one of them up here. I have a couple of different websites. This one is going to the wrong place right now. I got to fix that. Len Mooney International is going to the right place. So use this real estate. Remember, what we're trying to do is get people to know, like, and trust us. And we're trying to give them a picture of who we are. Because, so I'm going to go into my scuba diving group, and I'm going to see a guy there that scuba dives, and he's been to some place that I've been to, and I'm going to say, hey, I've been there too. When were you there last? I really loved it. It was a great trip I was on. And then if we communicate, I'm gonna either send him a friend request or I'm going to follow him, and we'll work it out. And I'm not gonna go through tonight. Excuse me. I think the dog wants attention. We're not going to go tonight into the details of how to work the groups, but we'll get there in a minute. But the point is, ultimately, he's going to, if we are going to connect, ultimately, he's going to come look at my timeline to see who I am, and I'm going to look at his to see who he is, and we're going to connect out on Messenger, ultimately, probably. Okay. Now, this is a brand new feature that Facebook has just introduced in his new roll-up of Facebook. So you can put in your hobbies. And I don't know what the maximum number of hobbies is you're allowed to have, but you can put in your hobbies. So once again, letting people get to know you, like you, trust you. Your featured photos. You get to select what goes here, and you can have between 1 and 9 featured photos. And if you click on the photos, it goes out to the photos that you have on your timeline here, and you can select the ones that are going to be featured there. So I have selected the ones that I want featured right now. Then we have this section of photos, which is another 9 photos that you can have displayed. And this is, once again, and this one, to be perfectly honest with you, I've got this picture here 3 times, and I haven't quite figured out how to get rid of it yet, or it looks like it's the same one 3 times. This is something that Facebook is just, in this new roll-up of Facebook, they've changed the way this works. And I'm still trying to figure it out myself, to be honest with you. But you have all these different pictures. I should be able to just get rid of them. I should be able to tell it I don't want that picture there. I may have to just delete it. But delete, get out of there. And delete. Let's see if that is doing us any good. Delete, because that's one that's being duplicated. But at any rate, we can go through the pictures, and by playing with them, you can select which pictures are going to be shown out there. So that's what we want to do with those. And let's go backwards. Let's get out of here. And to be honest with you, I'm still struggling. In fact, Erin Birch, who's really good at this stuff, she was struggling with it a little bit the other day too, because Facebook is, Facebook's rolled up a new change, and they haven't quite told us exactly how it works. So it looks like I might have gotten her. No, they're still there. So I got to work on that one. Then Facebook shows you some of your most recent friends, people that have signed up or become your friends recently. So you want to make sure, as much as you can, all of this stuff is done, taken care of. There's one other thing that I want to point out to you here. And again, this is in the new roll-up of Facebook. These 3 dots is where you're going to find timeline settings. 3 dots, timeline settings. And what you want to do there is timeline and tagging. Who can post on your timeline? I'm going to recommend that you have that set for only me. And there's an edit button right there, because especially right now, with all of the negative garbage going on Facebook and the politics, I had this set so that I did have it set so that my friends could post on my timeline. And I've just changed that to only me. And the reason being is that I have a couple of friends who were posting things on my timeline that I didn't want there. I'm not going to have the negative garbage on my timeline. So I have now locked my timeline down, so nobody can post on it except me.
Lynn, quick question about that. Does that mean that they can't write you a happy birthday on your timeline too, or is that something different?
No, that's right. They're not gonna be able to post on my timeline.
Okay.
It's gonna lock them out. And yeah, I'm sorry, but my birthday doesn't come till next April, so by then I'll be able to remove it again. Public post. This one is extremely important. This is where you find who can follow me. And you want that set to public. You want to enable people to follow you. Remember, you're here to do business. You want people to be able to follow you, who can comment on your posts. I have mine set to public. Again, I want people to be able to comment. I put up my Coffee with Len video every day. I want people to be able to comment on it. So you want to look at these settings and make sure they're set the way you want them.
Len, this is Diane. Can I interject on something?
Yes, please. In fact, I'm going to come off the screen share right now for just a moment. Go ahead, Diane.
When you set the setting for timeline and tagging only, you can also set it where you can approve whether they can post on your timeline or tag you. This way, if it's something that you agree with, you can allow it to post.
You know, I believe that to be true, and yet, looking at it right now, let me go back there. It looks to be, some of the Facebook's features have changed. So timeline and tagging, when I go to that right now, and I edit, there's only two selections, only me or friends.
Huh.
So I don't see where I can approve a post.
I believe it goes into the privacy setting of
That,
tagging and
okay.
posting.
Okay, let's take a look there. See, I don't see it. So I agree 100% it used to be there. If it's still there, they buried it somewhere and I haven't found it yet.
Right.
So I just don't know. But it's a good point. Okay, let me come off the screen share for a moment. Let's talk about using our timeline for business. So some of you may say, I want my timeline to be personal for me and my family only. I don't want my family seeing all this other crap going on. And that's a perfectly valid thing to say. Here's the problem. If you open a pizza shop down the street, you can't put a door on the pizza shop that says family only, no friends allowed. You're not going to get much business. If you want to do business and you don't want to pay to play, this is the way you have to do it. So you either have to tell your family, hey, look, I've got a business and I'm attracting people to my timeline that might want to do business with me. You got to put up with it. Or the alternative is to create a private group for friends and family. Again, we're not going to go into groups tonight. We're already 45 minutes in, and I promised you we wouldn't be much longer than 45 minutes. So you can create a group. You can make the group private, and you can put all your friends and family in that group and tell your friends and family, this is for us, and it's only for us. And let your timeline do what it needs to do to help you push your business forward. That's a choice that you can make. In today's Facebook world, these are the rules we get to play with. Next week, who knows? Next month, who knows? Will Facebook even be here next year? I don't know. But for now, if we're playing on Facebook, this is how we have to play. Okay. Any questions? let me go back to this document, which many of you received. If you haven't received it, shoot me a message and tell me you didn't get it. I know a couple of you didn't because, okay, let's talk about posting. The current rules, basically, I won't call them the rules, I'll stop the share. In playing the Facebook game right now, the recommendation is 2 to 3 posts a day, no more than that. Now, we used to say you could do 6 to 8 posts a day. Then it was 3 to 5 posts a day. Now it's come down to 2 to 3 posts a day. Here's the reason. Facebook is overloaded. Facebook has 2 billion users. If you imagine 2 billion users all posting 2 or 3 times a day, the news feed, I have 3,500, 3,300 friends. The news feed is full. How many posts can you post a day and expect Facebook to be able to show them to your friends? People complain all the time that I post all the time and nobody sees it. Well, first off, Facebook can't show every post you post to every friend you have. They simply can't do it. There isn't enough room in the newsfeed to do that. Secondly, if you post too close together, post once in the morning, you post at 8 o'clock and you post at 10 o'clock, your 10 o'clock post is competing with your 8 o'clock post for space in the newsfeed. So again, how does Facebook manage that? You got to give Facebook some credit here. They're doing a fantastic job, in my opinion, but they can't show. If I want to post 10 times a day and I've got 3,000 people on my friends list, they can't show 10 posts to 3,000 people. So how do they select who they're going to show it to? This is the old Facebook algorithm, which is kept a secret. Nobody really knows what it is. Maybe Zucker does, I don't know, and changes all the time anyhow. But there are ways that you can, quote, juice Facebook. So if you're going to post, the recommendation is that you go to your news feed. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of this, your news feed and your timeline are extremely different animals. So let me go back to the screen share, and we're going to wrap this up in the next few minutes. But what have I done to my timeline again? All right, screw, I lost it. All right, let's get that. When I click on this word Len here, my name, Len, this is my timeline. This is where I post things. And we just set my timeline so that nobody else can post on it. You saw us do that. And if you go look through my timeline, you'll find that I do a lot of video. I do a video every morning. And then I typically do maybe 2 posts. Very rarely do I do more than 2, because I really want the video to show. Now, what do I mean by sort of juicing Facebook and getting it ready for me to post? We go to our news feed, which is your home. This is your news feed. The only person who sees your timeline is you. Your posts go out into your news feed and are served up to people who Facebook deems to be important to you. So if you start running down my news feed, you will find sooner or later we'll bump into my Coffee with Len video from today, because it was early this morning. It's probably getting pretty far down there now. How do you help Facebook figure out who to show your posts to? You help Facebook by going to your friends' pages, their timelines, and commenting on their posts. You help Facebook by going to their timelines. So if I want Stacy Hall to see my posts, or let me pick Erin Birch because she's already up. If I want Erin Birch to see my posts, then what I need to do is I need to pop on over to Erin's page, her timeline, her timeline, and I need to make some comments. I need to go like Erin's stuff and make some comments on it. And now Facebook looks at that and says, oh, well, he wants to interact with Erin. So we'll show more of his stuff to Erin. That's how you can control who is seeing your stuff. Now, you can't clearly control it completely. I mean, I can't go to 3,000 friends and you can see my timeline right now, right?
Mhm.
Or see Erin's?
Aaron's, yeah.
Yeah,
We see
okay.
errands, yes.
Okay. So I clearly can't go to 3,000 friends and write something on every one of their timelines in the 15 minutes before I put up my coffee with lead video in the morning. I can only go to a few, but every day you want to be out there. If you want to juice Facebook and make it work for you, then every day you want to be out there going over to your friends' timelines and commenting on their stuff and interacting with their stuff. And that interaction is what's feeding the Facebook algorithm. It's seeing who you're interacting with and deciding, oh, well, you want to interact with that person, I'll show your stuff to that person. There are also other ways. There's a lot of other strategies that we could go into, but we're not going to go into them tonight. We're going to wrap this up tonight. So I have a program that I'd like to take just another couple of minutes and share with you. And this program is going to start Monday and it's going to go on for a month. And the total cost to you is going to be $1 whole, unless you are already have access to it. And some of you do, some of you may not. So let me share the screen. So I'm calling this program Social Media Dominance Coaching. It's a 4-week program. It's designed to get you into action, producing leads and signups using social media without being spammy or chasing family and friends. There's going to be a short training video every day, 5 days a week, on an important topic. A private Facebook group for discussion and questions in which I will interact in that group daily. We'll do daily Q&A and reviews, and we'll do small group coaching as needed. In order to be in the program, you have to join My Lead System Pro, and it costs you $1 to have 30 days of My Lead System Pro. For people who are already in MLSP, Judy, you are, Tim, you are, I don't know who else might be, you're already in. If you want to do this program with me, you're welcome to join. So I'm not charging for this program, but what you get is 30 days of MLSP. And the reason is that the program, all the content is in MLSP. So the first week, oops. Okay, we said that. All right. So the first week is go for yes on social. This is Stacy Hall's program. We talked in the beginning a little while ago about go for no. Now we're going to go for yes. Go for yes. Stacy Hall, probably one of the best coaches in the business today. Just a phenomenal woman. So we've got 5 days of video from Stacy Hall. These videos are all done, already done, and they're up in the group. And each day, each video is arguably about a half hour long, maybe 40 minutes. There might be one that's an hour, I don't know. But you can read what the video contents are. And what we're going to do is we're going to move you through a much more in-depth version of what I've done tonight and take you through how to get people, how to identify your target market, your ideal customers, ideal market, how to be in alignment with them, and how to communicate with them. That's week 1. Week 2, posting for profits. For those of you who know her, this is Erin Birch's program. And again, this is an already pre-recorded program. So Erin will dig you deep into your ideal audience by showing you where to find the customers and how to interact with them. And the idea of this second week is to exactly where do we find these groups? How do we go out to the groups? What do we say? How do we bring them over? How do we talk to them? How do we move the conversation to business? And how do we ultimately close them? So that's week 2. Week 3 is email list leverage. This is Diane Hockman's 5-day program. Again, already pre-recorded. These programs exist. So these videos are not going to be live. What we're going to do is each day of the week, you're going to have a video to watch. And then if there's questions and etc., I will interact with you in our private Facebook group and we will answer your questions. Now, why email? Let me come back to that question in a minute. Week 4, to be determined, which basically means I have no idea what we're going to do in week 4. And the reason I'm holding week 4 is there are several other classes that we could do depending on where you are at, the people that are in the program, and what you feel like you need. We may just do some coaching this week, or we may do another program, or you may feel by the time we get here that you've had enough. So that's what we're going to do. So the requirement to be in the program, for those of you who are not already in My Lead System Pro, it's going to cost you $1. And I will send you a link and show you where to sign up. You got to be a member of MLSP. That's what the $1 gets you. If you're already in MLSP, you're welcome to join me. Love to have you. You're going to get a 30-day free membership in MLSP with access to all the features of MLSP. And if you don't know what MLSP is, that's okay. You'll know by the end of 30 days. We're going to start on Monday, next Monday, October 12th. So if you can afford $1, I have a 3 to 4 week program for you that's really going to take you through this material in depth and make it much easier for you to know how to mine Facebook. And by the way, all the concepts we're teaching apply equally well to LinkedIn. It's just we're using Facebook as an example. Yeah. Nancy, what I would like you to do is, can you send me a message in Messenger and I will send you the link to get joined up, okay? Please, please, please. That's it.
And
Are
Lynn,
there
Judy's already a member, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Judy, you actually have already started through the first course, but I don't think you got through all the videos. But you're going to be up at your other place next week putting in a sewer line. So I don't know what we're going to do with you.
What time of day?
I don't know. We'll see who signs up for the group and try to get a consensus on what the best time is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, Cynthia. You've been in MLSP for a long time. No problem, Cynthia. Please send me a message, though, Cynthia. I don't think I'll forget, but do you know where to find the link in the, never mind, Cynthia, I'll send you a link. So is there a time of day that works for you, Judy, being up north?
No. I have to get to Wi-Fi somewhere.
Okay. Well, we'll get you through it one way or the other.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
I got one, Len.
TJ?
I
Yes.
have a friend that just signed up to a trial with MLSP yesterday after me and him had a conversation. Could I invite him into this? He signed up yesterday because I got the emails from MLSP that he did the $10 trial and he did one of the courses I sent him.
Does he have the 30-day access or the 10-day access?
I think he has the 10-day because I
That's
got
gonna
the
be,
email that he signed up for the 10-day posting for profits or something.
yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So the reason I'm starting everybody, we can talk offline and figure it out, see if we can figure something out. The reason I'm
Okay.
starting everybody in Stacy's program is that link has a $1 for 30-day access to the entire system. So that
Oh,
gives
okay.
whole
I
access.
could maybe show him that link too and let him know that that's what
Yeah.
can be going through.
Yeah. But, so we're gonna start with that one, because then I have everybody in the program for 30 days, and then I can get them the other programs.
Well, maybe you could send me the link and I could share that with him,
Okay,
or I could show it to him if it's the one that's already in the back office.
or, yeah, let's you and I talk offline. There are a couple strategies we can do. There's a couple things we can do there.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else have any questions? Going once? Going twice? Did everybody get value?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anything, so I'm gonna do a Stacy Hall here. Aris, what was the most valuable thing for you tonight, do you think?
To know I can get
Pardon
him,
me?
to know that I can get him for 30 days and go more in depth, actually. But I really liked the examples that you showed of your page and the other ones to see how you set up your profile photos and what you said underneath it. All of those things are helpful.
Good, great, thank you. Nancy?
Yeah, I like the more zeroed in focus on what people see when they check you out, because I know they do check you out. So
Yeah.
I need to work on mine a little bit because a lot of the info on the left side I don't have filled out. So
And for anybody who's in the program with me, if anybody needs, we'll do timeline reviews and I'll help you out. Karen, what did you like best? Anything? What was the most valuable for you?
I liked you talking about the profile, how to set it up correctly, what people would be thinking about you as they're checking you out, things to consider that you might not have thought about before. Just going into some detail about that was helpful.
Good. Thank you. Linda, you got your hand up?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It was all very useful for me because truthfully, I had no idea anything about how you do your profile. You obviously know that, or how to make sure that I don't ever post anything because I don't know what to post, and how to see that people follow you and the importance of how you go about doing that, as well as all of the timeline as opposed to all the different areas that you need to check to be sure that how people are able to see you or not see you or not post on your timeline, etc. But the one other question that I did have is the program that you're talking about that's $1, is that the one you had me sign up for already?
To be quite honest with you, I don't remember, but I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about it.
Do you have Stacy's Go for Yes campaign?
You know what? I don't know. I'd have to go back through my email.
Okay. Well, did I sign you up within the last week?
Yes.
Then yes, you have it.
I've just been inundated with email from the program, so I'm just a little puzzled as to what I have and what I don't have. So
Okay. Well,
I'm supposed to be working on.
I'll help you sort that out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
All right.
Cynthia, what did you get out of tonight?
Well, the new changes to Facebook, that was interesting.
Good.
Thank you.
Victoria?
Yeah, I got more clarity around being strategic with what is on my profile. The real estate in the banner, the real estate under my picture, the real estate of the photos, the hobbies, like just being very strategic and mindful about what message and what story am I trying to tell.
Good, perfect, thank you. Diane?
Well, to be honest, I knew nothing about boosting a post or paid advertising on Facebook. I
Okay.
know nothing about that area whatsoever.
Good, well, you're not gonna learn anything about it the next 3 weeks either. Let's stay
Good.
away from that. Judy, did we help you tonight?
Yes, I like the idea of market me instead of the company.
Right.
I've been marketing the company, so I have to change that.
Yeah, well,
I got something.
your picture, yeah, your profile picture, your profile picture definitely needs an upgrade.
Yes.
And, yeah. TJ,
You got me something new.
what's that?
One thing I learned something new from you, you know, because you got me in 2 years ago with the MLSP, but you just pointed out something that I didn't know, something new, that I've been going and commenting and liking on just the news feed. I didn't know I could personally go to like influencers' pages and intentionally go to their pages. And I thought I could only do it through my news feed, who popped up. Even though they all do, like, you know, Charybda and Aaron Birch and all those pop up in the news feed, and I make sure I comment on them. I didn't know I could specifically go to a person's, like somebody even outside of there, like Tony Robbins, I guess. You could go to him and comment on his posts.
Now, that is a privacy setting, and you may find that some of those have their privacy settings set so that nobody can comment. But
Yeah, but I can comment on the comments, which
yeah,
you know.
right, yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tonight. I ran a little longer than I thought we would, but I hope you all got value. And join me next week, because this is what we're gonna do. Only we're gonna cover it in a lot more depth and get into the areas that we couldn't get into tonight because we just don't have time to do it. So please send me a message that you'd like to get in next week, and I will get you the link. Okay. And even if you're already in MLSP, if you want in next week, Cynthia, please send me a message so that I don't forget.
Okay, I will, Lam.
Make sure you've got the links, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Nighty night.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
too.
end we're ending the recording. And I will have a recording. Yes, I want to stop.